Hey Gemini, welcome to your bonus reading for the month of April. You are one of the top three zodiac signs that engaged with the monthly readings this month. So thank you so much for your support, for liking, commenting, sharing, both on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and just jump right in. We're going to start off with a love reading and see what is going on for you guys in love. Also, just a heads up, there's a lot of construction happening in my complex. So if you hear some noises, it's trucks, it's all kinds of things. So you may see me stop and start the video every now and then too. I'm just trying to cut for sound, okay? Let's go ahead and get into it though. Spiritual team, love oracles. What messages do you have for the Gemini collective regarding love? What messages do you have for the Gemini collective regarding love at this time? Now, just because I'm recording this and releasing this in April 2025 does not mean you have to see this in April 2025. This is timeless. So whenever you come across it is when you come across it and when you need the message, all right? So first at the top of the deck, we have Henry VIII. It says, act like a gentleman and you'll feel like a king. A rose has thorns. Cultivate kinder flowers. Loving a great deal means sacrificing a great number. Interesting. Okay. So Henry VIII is the one with 8 wives, I believe, correct? Yeah, I think that's them all pictured in the background. Okay, so take what resonates. Some of you guys may identify with Henry VIII. Maybe you guys are a big lover. Maybe you've had a lot of relationships in the past. Maybe some of them didn't work out for one reason or another. Hopefully not for the reasons that they didn't work out for Henry VIII. But yeah, so this could be you, or this could be somebody that maybe you are involved with currently. Maybe they have a lot of exes or have like a lot of romantic baggage, luggage, if you will. I don't know necessarily if you would consider them a player, but definitely like has a lot of experience in the love department. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Yoko Ono. And it says, yes is always the answer. Love is performance art that takes place among the clouds. Love is not a dream. You can remember it if you want to. Hopefully I don't get flagged for that on YouTube, but yeah, okay. I'm kind of speechless, but it just feels like this is a very free person when it comes to love. They don't inhibit themselves when they feel something for somebody, which can be both good and bad. And again, depends on the person you are involved with. But this definitely seems to be someone who is just who doesn't want to limit themselves to the amount of love they can experience in this lifetime. And again, could be bad, could be perfectly healthy. Again, just I think depends on your perspective and this person. But I'm definitely getting that this person is definitely open to different kinds of experiences, maybe into polygamy, maybe not. But it just feels like they definitely have a history of romantic partners, and they just love love for whatever reason. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the tarot and see what comes up for you guys. Spiritual team, Tarot of the Divine, what messages do you have for the Gemini collective regarding their love lives at this moment? What messages do you have for the Gemini collective regarding their love lives at this moment? Yeah, just keep in mind the energies could be reversed. So this could be you I'm talking about. This could be the person that you're thinking about. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, we have Strength in reverse, Judgment in reverse, Six of Swords, Tower in reverse, Eight of Cups. A lot of walking away. A lot of walking away. So either you are walking away from someone or someone is walking away from you, or someone could be walking away from a current relationship towards you. Again, take what resonates. But to have strength and judgment in the reverse to pop out immediately, like this person has no sort of self-discipline whatsoever. They are very easily tempted. Again, take what resonates. Could be you, could be this person. This person has no problem with up and leaving a relationship because they see something shiny on the other side of the fence. But what I find that this person is realizing, or eventually going to realize, is the grass is not always greener, right? But it also just feels like this person has, you know, I don't know if they, I don't know if they truly know how to have like a solid romantic relationship. I don't know if they know how to build the foundations for one. Um, yeah. Again, and it just take what resonates. Like it depends on what you're looking for too. I know people that are into polygamy. I know people that are into monogamy only. So if you are someone who is into monogamy only, you are going to have a really hard time tying this person down, or someone tying you down if this is you. Okay. Um, yeah. Like this person just, whoever this is, they are constantly moving on, leaving things behind, walking away from relationships and trying to rebuild with someone new, like regularly. If I were dating this person, I would want to know what they believe is the reason for their past relationships not working out. There may be a pattern there, or something just isn't adding up. Okay. Just pay attention for the red flags because they're kind of all over this poll so far. Let me get into the bottom of the deck. We have the Three of Cups. Immediately, the first card at the bottom of the deck. This person likes to date around. This person does not like monogamy. This person likes to have options. They like to keep their options open. Three of Coins reversed. They don't want to be tied down. Yeah. Four of Coins reversed, Ten of Swords reversed, and Queen of Cups reversed. I mean, again, just take what resonates. Like maybe this isn't a bad thing for some of you. Like I said, if some of you are okay with polygamy and dating multiple people at once, maybe this is the person for you. But even in a polygamy sense or an ethical non-monogamous relationship, like I just don't know how good this person is at sticking to routine, or sticking to commitments that they make. So even if you are in a committed relationship with this person and you have an agreement that you guys can see other people, I feel like this person could easily like leave you as their main person and move on to someone new as their main person. Like they tend to jump around. They don't like to stay in one place for too long, is what I'm getting. So even if you feel like, oh, I could be with this person forever, I see this as being my forever person in a polygamist or non-ethical monogamy, or an ethical non-monogamous. I'm so sorry. My brain. Even if you could be an ethical non-monogamous situation, this person may not see it the way that you do. Like they don't have forever in their mind. They're just like, this is great for right now. And wherever life takes me is where I could end up next year, next month, whatever. Like I don't really see myself settling down ever, even if it is like in a situation where I can be with multiple people. That's just what I'm getting. Yeah, this person just has a very strong wandering eye. They don't know. I don't feel like they really know what they want in life. And maybe that is translating also into their romantic relationships. Um, yeah, it just feels like this person has zero inhibitions. They just kind of go where the wind takes them. And they're not afraid to like switch it up and try new things, places, and people. Wowzers. Okay. La 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 la. For some of you, this person, I feel like they don't allow themselves to get emotionally attached to people. But I also feel like this may be a defense or coping mechanism, maybe as a result of some sort of trauma from their past. Um, they don't let themselves get attached because they don't want to get hurt again. And in doing so, they end up hurting other people in the process. It's like, you can't hurt me if I leave. You can't hurt me if I leave first. It's like almost an abandonment issue type of thing, is what I'm kind of getting. But in the process of them protecting themselves, and I say that with air quotes, and in the process of protecting themselves from getting hurt, they are now the person that is hurting other people. Counterintuitive and completely not not the right way of handling a trauma, for sure. This person definitely needs to seek therapy if it is something like that. Um, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, this is someone who don't want to be tied down, Gemini. This is someone who just wants to be as free as a bird, free as a little bird. So if that is something you are okay with right now, like if you're open to just casual whatever, great person for you. Like no strings attached. They're not going to get emotionally attached. They'll be gone within a month or so, or a couple of months, whatever. You'll never have to see them again. You can call them whenever you want to. They're there for a great time, not a long time. They may say that they're interested in being around for a long time, or that they think they can um, see themselves settling down, or potentially being in a situation where they can settle down with one person and then also date other people at the same time. But then something always happens, and it's like, you know what, I changed my mind, I'm not really happy here, or I'd rather be with someone else, or whatever the case is. I'm not ready to move in with someone, to commit to someone. Feelings, no thank you. Is what I'm getting from this person. um Oof. Okay, Geminis, again, take what resonates. This could be someone else, this could be you, but that is what I'm seeing right now for your love situation. I'm going to go ahead and reset and get ready for your general reading. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so we are going to go ahead and jump into your general reading now. So whatever comes up, comes up. I'm going to start with another Oracle deck, Untamed Elemental. Spiritual team, what messages do you have for the Gemini collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Gemini collective at this time? Okay, first up we have Sage. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck we have Praying Mantis. Okay, I am going to read from the guidebook for these just because I don't have these memorized. But from what I remember, I feel like I've gotten these cards a couple of times for myself. But Sage usually talks about like the plant sage, so clearing things out, clearing out old energy. And Praying Mantis talks about being very still, almost in a meditative type of space or mindset. To make sure that you're getting the downloads that you need to. So there could be some really important messages coming through for you guys soon, or really important shifts in your journey coming up soon that Spirit wants you to be tuned in for, because they may be sending you messages or signs that they really need you to be kind of attentive to. You might miss them if you're not really paying attention or tuned in to your spiritual team and divine. So let me pull up Sage if I can find it, and we can go from there. Sage indicates the timeliness of purification. With your intention to clear cluttered energies from the spaces of your body, mind, emotions, home, and altar, she will, by her ashen, solemn plume, unveil a new blessing. Enlist Sage to accelerate your purification process. Ask her to surge toward your senses with her delicate strains of perfumed smoke. The overall clarity and groundedness that this ritual brings will be its own reward. Okay, yeah, so we're clearing out, which is timely for spring. Clearing out the old energies, good spring cleaning, deep cleaning of the house. I do not promote using white sage. I am Native American, part Native American, and even I do not use white sage anymore for my cleansing rituals. That should be reserved strictly for Native American cultures. It is a closed practice. So find something else that you can use to spiritually cleanse. You can use sound cleansing. You can use bowls. You can use bells. Clapping even helps clear out some energy. Okay. Opening out the windows or opening up the windows, getting some fresh air through. Salt. Salt is a really good way to clear out energy. Throw that on the floor, sweep it up. I mean, there's a million different ways that you can cleanse your physical space and your body. Taking a spiritual bath, things like that. So I think this is a really good time in general with the new zodiacal year starting with spring. To do a nice good cleanse. I feel like they want to bring you some new energy, and so we have to get rid of some of the old energy in order to let that in. Let me go ahead and pull up Praying Mantis. Okay. Praying Mantis appears when the medicine of meditation is most required. The more complex life gets, the more you will benefit from the truth offered by your inner sage. The price for this wisdom is to immerse yourself in the calm waters that exist beneath the waves of worldly distractions. Make space for the voice within to speak. Praying Mantis will guide you towards stillness and clarity, and this is her territory. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you guys may also feel just overwhelmed or stagnant in a lot of ways, and so clearing and cleansing not only your space but your energy, and then sitting and meditating, it feels like you guys either have a lot going on mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or in the physical world that is making you feel maybe scattered or heavy or just unable to really the word I want to use, embrace life or move forward in the ways that you need to. And I feel like this is something you may need to do regularly if you have been going through something very heavy or you've just been in a space where you're not quite yourself. So you may need to do this regularly, like a weekly basis, a monthly basis, whatever you feel is easy for you to accomplish. But even just meditating a couple of minutes a day or multiple times a day for a couple of minutes can really help get your mind clear, focused, and reset your nervous system. And I feel like that's really needed for a lot of you right now. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the tarot and see what you guys need to know. Spiritual team, African Tarot, what messages do you have for the Gemini collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Gemini collective at this time? Let's see. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups. We have Two of Wands reversed. Four of Wands upright. Ace of Wands. And what else? Five of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like you guys are trying to do a lot with very little. I feel like you guys are in a decent place. Like, generally speaking, I feel like you guys are in a decent place. Things may not feel like they are moving a whole lot right now with this Two of Wands in reverse. Some of you guys may feel stuck or unsure of like what your next move is. You want to make a move, but at the same time, like, you're really unsure. You feel like it's the world isn't really offering a lot right now with this Five of Pentacles. And I feel like a lot of people, I've been getting a lot of those messages this month and last month. Things are just moving really slow. Okay. But what's the word I'm looking for? Spirit definitely acknowledges that like you've been patient with this Queen of Cups. They may also be saying that you guys need to stay tuned in spiritually, intuitively, okay, and not let yourselves get frustrated with the lack of movement or opportunity outside of yourself in the physical world. Okay, so whether that's you're looking for a job, you are looking for a raise, you're looking for housing, you're looking for a form of transportation, whatever the case is, like it feels like the Five of Pentacles I mean, you can see it on the bottom here. They're stuck in the snow, they're out in the cold, looking for a place for shelter, for warmth and protection. I feel like as we are moving into spring and coming out of winter, things are starting to thaw. We just came out of 3 retrogrades at the beginning of this year. I mean, this is not a fun way to start off the year. But now that those are over, eclipse season is also over. I feel like I just keep telling people over and over again. I'm like, yes, it sucks right now, but I promise you by May, things will start moving again. Things will start feel like it's lighter, it's not as heavy, it's not as like there's not as much uncertainty, there's some movement, there's some good things coming in. So I feel like spirit is saying to me through this reading, um, make sure your house is in order so that when you go to make those moves and things start to thaw more, like you're grounded, you're prepared, and you aren't as scattered and you're in a good place mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Okay. So they said right now, like, yes, be prepared. I always think of the hyena song or the Scar song from The Lion King. Be prepared. Be prepared. Um, be prepared for when things start to move. And it's not like if you've been putting in job applications and you haven't seen the movement, don't stop putting in job applications, but just know that when you start getting callbacks for interviews and things like that, it may be a little overwhelming because all of a sudden now it's like flooding. It's like the dam broke and now it's like, oh, jobs galore. Holy cow. Kind of a thing. So now you're going to have options, you're going to have choices. Or it's going to be really competitive because now we have like even more people like vying for these roles and people are actually opening up the interview process. Something to that effect. Okay, so that's what I'm getting is like be prepared, get yourself in order. It's going to feel like a whirlwind for a little bit. So they just want you to be kind of grounded. What else do we have at the bottom of the deck? We have the Three of Swords, the Page of Wands reversed. We have the Six of Swords reversed. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles upright and the Nine of Cups reversed. Yeah. I feel like you guys have been putting in a lot of manifestation work that you feel like hasn't really been working out lately or coming through lately. I feel like something's about to break through out of that with the Ace of Pentacles right next to the Nine of Cups in reverse. And these are sitting under the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. They're literally sitting on top of each other like this. So that tells me personally, like there's going to be a breakthrough of some kind. Okay. So don't give up. Don't give up. Don't walk away yet. Don't move on. Don't try something different yet. Okay. There's going to be a breakthrough of some kind. Yeah. I feel like the pressure or the weight of things not working out has the potential to really throw you off course. So this is going to test your emotional patience or your emotional intelligence as well with this Three of Swords right underneath the Queen of Cups. This is really going to test like your resilience and your emotional resilience for sure. For sure. Okay. I'm not picking up on anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to some final oracle decks to help close out the reading and see what else comes up. Spiritual Team, Moonology Manifestation Oracle, what final messages do you have for the Gemini Collective? What messages do you have for the Gemini Collective? Excuse me. What messages do you have for the Gemini Collective? Okay, first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. Okay. Which I think will alleviate a lot of just mental stress in general or emotional stress. I did mention that burden, you guys putting a burden on yourselves or feeling like you're being burdened by what's kind of happening around you. I know easier said than done, trust me. Been there. I understand. First quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe, trust that everything will work out. and that things will start coming through very soon. At the bottom of the deck, we have full moon in Aries, and it says cool your emotions. Yeah, I told you guys this was gonna be testing your emotional intelligence. Oh, that's what this Page of Wands in reverse is. So this Page of Wands in reverse could almost be like a little bit of a temper tantrum if you're not careful. Yeah, they want you to avoid reacting like this out of stress. So that's why they want you to kind of like go meditate, kind of clear your energy, because that the pressure that you're putting on yourself, the pressure that you may feel from family, society, whatever, to be successful, have things put together in your life, whatever, is starting to get to you. It's starting to weigh on you heavily, and it's starting to agitate your spirit. So you need to find a way, you need to find time throughout your day to make sure that you are self-soothing in a positive way, okay, through meditation, through clearing clutter, going out in nature, putting your feet in the grass, things like that. So whatever you need to do in order to keep you woosah, that's what you got to do right now. Like I said, easier said than done. Trust me, but I do, oh my gosh, when I tell people, like, I promise you guys it's going to get better. I promise it will. May will be like a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just, oh, these retrogrades really got everybody. It really did, or they really did. All right, final deck of the reading. Spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Gemini collective? What final messages do you have for the Gemini collective at this time? Okay, let's see what we have. Black tourmaline, protect your energy. Yeah, absolutely. So not just through meditation, but also through boundaries. Okay, watch what you are taking in through media, whether that's social media, TV, movies, whatever. Songs, music, all of that stuff can affect our spirits and our moods. So protect your energy, definitely meditate, take the time to focus and protect yourself or love on yourself. It's going to be a huge part of this journey as you progress and succeed and come out of this. Okay. Next, we have Pyrite. Let the money flow in. Yes, for those of you who are looking for a job, I feel like there are going to be more opportunities coming soon. Okay. Just trust that it's coming. I know, like I said, easier said than done. And finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have Turquoise. Prioritize your health. Mentally, spiritually, and physically and emotionally. Prioritize that health. Okay, because we don't want you getting a new job and already being burnt out and frazzled or emotionally just on edge. We don't want that. Okay, Geminis? Anyways, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Maybe share with another Gemini if you feel like it would resonate for them. If you want to find me on my other socials, I am on Instagram and TikTok. You can find my handles below in the description box. Also, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube if you want to see more videos from me in the future. I hope you guys stay safe, healthy, and blessed until I see you next time. And I do hope to see you at the next reading. All right, bye.